How important do you think honesty is in a friendship? Honesty is extremely important, especially in situations where when they really need to hear it, whether it's for their own well-being or to make sure that they can achieve any kind of goal that they need to get to. Sometimes you need honesty in order to help people out. It's also important to be honest even when it can be brutal at times, just because again, it'll help them in the end. Now, honesty is not good when you're doing it to hurt somebody's feelings, but as far as a friendship goes, and a genuine friendship, honesty is extremely important to your relationship.
I think honesty is one of the most important things in a friendship. I mean, without true honesty, it's difficult to have a true friendship. I've personally seen, friendships break up because people were dishonest with each other. And I mean, I've been in the same position where I've been dishonest with a friend and they've been dishonest with me. And it doesn't normally turn out well, whether it's just a fight or eventually just not even talking to each other anymore.
I believe that honesty is a foundation of a relationship. I believe that honesty forms trust in a relationship, and that's a really crucial part of friendship. I personally would not like to be lied to in a relationship, so I would never want to lie to my friends because I would want them to treat me how I treat them.
I think that a friendship cannot exist without honesty. I think that in order for a friendship to exist, you need to be honest with one another. I think that if you are just lying to each other about the whole time, I don't think that is necessarily a friendship. A friendship, you need to be honest with the other person. It's definitely a two-way street, and lying to one another does not get you anywhere at all.
Okay, I don't think that a friendship can exist without honesty, because if you're not being honest to the person that you're friends with, then I don't really think that the friendship is based on something secure, because if you're not honest with them, then that means that you're probably lying to them, which isn't what a good friend does. So, yeah, I think that you need to be honest with the other person. I think that helps you grow, and I think it helps them grow too as a person. So I think that it's in your best interest to be honest with your friends and for them to be honest with you too.
I don't think a friendship could exist without honesty, because personally, that's the reason why my friends are who they are, because I like them for their true character. So if they were anything less than true, it would just mess up my judgment about them. So I don't think it could exist without honesty.
A friendship exists without honesty. A friendship can totally exist without honesty. People talk about those friendships that exist all of the time. The entire movie Mean Girls was based upon a friendship that existed without honesty. Are these valuable friendships, authentic friendships, or genuine friendships? No. But they do exist. People witness them all the time. That's why drama exists as it is. So, although I don't recommend having a friendship without honesty, you can look anywhere you want. You could look probably around your own classroom and see some that exists. So, they're real.
I have been honest or dishonest with friends before, and it's something that I don't really necessarily like to admit because it makes me feel like a terrible person. But specifically with school and with academics, I do not like to give the answers to tests or exams or even like homework that's handed in. I'm just a pretty honest person when it comes to that. And usually, I know specifically, like I had a friend who used to sit next to me, and they would purposely cheat off of my test. So I'd wait for them to finish up, so they'd look at all my answers, then they'd hand it in, and then I'd put down the wrong answers, and then when they left, I would change them to the right ones, and then they were puzzled as to why I got a higher score every single time.
Did you feel bad?
No.
One time I was dishonest with one of my best friends. I told her I was meeting up with one of my guy friends, but I was really meeting up with my ex-boyfriend. And 5 minutes after I told that lie, I actually called her and said, by the way, I'm meeting up with so-and-so. I just told you that because I was in front of my mom. I didn't want her to hear it. So I had to kind of cover up my little fiblet with another fiblet. And I'm not necessarily proud of it, but, I ended up being honest in one way or another.
I have been dishonest with friends before, but I think it's on a scale. If somebody asks, do you like my shirt, and I really don't, I'm not going to say, no, I don't like your shirt, because that's just rude, and what's the point in that? They're not going to return it just because I don't like it. But the difference is when you're dishonest about real, like, core values of a person. Like when you're dishonest to your friends about, like, cheating or, you know, talking about them, things like that. When it gets down to, like, the core, I think that's where the honesty would be most important, and that's where I pride myself in being honest about. I like to think that I'm an open book, and I will tell you anything, and if I'm dishonest, there's a reason why.
I'm only dishonest with my friends about things that aren't that important. For example, if they don't look that great in something, if it's just my personal taste, I'll be like, yeah, I love that. But I totally wouldn't wear it myself. So it's like, I would just be dishonest with them about stuff like that, but never about anything important that could, you know, actually hurt them. And when I'm dishonest with them, I feel a little bad, but I'm like, I'm just doing it so that I won't hurt their feelings. So I get over it.